Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. So today we're going to be checking out a whole bunch of main lines that I picked up from a pretty fresh drop of mostly e-case, 2024 e-case. Of course, all international cards, all long cards. Yeah, we're gonna check on the casts I pick up. We're gonna crack a few open, and there's some new stuff in here that's pretty cool that I can't wait to review. And I thought we'd start off with the obvious. So, no, I did not find any supers. There were a bunch of these, and I know this is a carryover from D case basically, but I mean there was still a bunch of these, and I picked up one of them because it's a great casting, and have the black one, have the silver one. So hey, why not pick up the red one? And since I picked up again one of the less desirable cars, J-hook's kind of bent. There's a bend here as well. So yeah, we'll crack this one open. Check it out. So here we are. It's a nice red version. Pretty good tampo work. Probably gonna do like I did with the silver one and touch up the grille. Add some black in there because it just adds a little bit of depth to the front end. Yeah, and on the rear, a little bit of silver for that dual exit exhaust there. Yeah, you still got the slightly propped sunroof. It's body color though, so obviously you got to really look for it. It was more noticeable on the silver and on the black variations, I find. Still got those big speakers in the back. Nice interior with the black sports seats. I like the fact that they have really done a good job on the molding of this interior piece. Very nice. And of course the retro 5 slots are a nice little nod to the original AMG monoblocks. So very cool. And there we go, there's your base. So that's very cool. Now this would have been the super for e-case. Found 2 or 3 of these maybe, but no super. So obviously I wasn't first. I wouldn't say I was late to the show because there was a lot of good stuff that we're going to be checking out. But yeah, this is the first of these, I believe, in mainline. And this one's also going to get cracked open and detailed, since I do have the premium Golf liveried version of this little Fiat 500 D Modificato. I like the liver on here, very period race correct, and should be fun just adding a little bit of details here and there, on that front end and door handles, things like that. These cards are very easy to open, I find. So here it is with more detail. This is going to look great next to one of those custom classic minis that Hot Wheels does. Very cool. Tiny OH5s in black with the red lip. Obviously the propped rear engine cover to allow more breathing of that tiny little air-cooled engine in the back. And you got the chrome interior with the single seat, roll cage. Yeah, really cool little race car. Very, very cool. So cool to have one of these loose. Next up, one that I was really, really looking forward to. Definitely looking forward to. And again, one that I cannot wait to detail a little bit. The latest variation of the Alpha GTV6. This is more like a street version versus the 2 first release in red and white respectively. Never found the white one. Do have the red one. That's staying on card, and this one's getting opened. And who knows, maybe it'll eventually get a wheel swap or something, because I personally don't mind the aero discs. I kind of like the it's very 80s. I like that style, but Yeah, I've got some stuff coming through the mail that might be a nice little remedy to these aero discs, so we'll see what happens there. This is the part that I'm really looking forward to touch up. Just do some rear lights on there, the exhaust as well. Front end's pretty already decent. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot to touch, maybe except adding a little bit of accents to that little NACA duct on the hood there. Little power bulge for that Busso V6. Lovely engine, lovely sound. One of the best sounding V6s this side of a Dino V6, the Ferrari Dino V6. Yep, so very cool. Next one I picked up. Well, I know when this casting was released, it was a huge hit. The Pagani Zonda R. Do have the first release in matte black. Never picked up the blue or white one, but this dark ruby red with the exotic lace wheels looks just so good. And I thought this was a great opportunity to pick up a color variation and free it so as to make sure that I can have one loose. So why don't we go ahead and do that? It is really a beautiful casting though. Look at this thing. Wheels look absolutely fantastic. Tampo work is pretty on point, although I don't know if there's supposed to be tampos for the front lights or if I'm just not seeing them, but yeah, there doesn't seem to be, so I'm going to need to address that a little bit. Same for the rear. I seem to remember the matte black version had a little bit more tampo work than this. I mean, obviously you got the sides, you got the top pass. You do have the Pagani logo also. That's part of that top pass within that blackened middle portion of the of that big rear wing. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed there's no front light details. So yeah, we'll have to remedy that, definitely. And the good thing is, through the card art, it pretty much tells you exactly what you are supposed to see. So that's definitely helpful. Let's see. We'll just skim through some that I'm not going to be opening quick. So the only one I think that's not the e-case would be this little treasure hunt that I found. Ain't fair. One of Ryu Asada's last castings. And, you know, I've seen a couple people crack these, and there's a different design on the other side of the bus with the electric guitar and all that good stuff. It's a casting I do like. I had picked up the original and sold it as part of a lot, and then never picked up another variation because I find that first release was really the nicest looking one. But when I stumbled upon this, I was like, hey, good opportunity to, you know, add this to the little treasure hunt stash. So very cool. A very cool casting though. I love the engine in the back. We'll just make this a little bit more tidy here. Yeah, so love the engine in the back, that big motor. You know, a little bike on the front. You know, it's very cool, very cool. And of course you have the T-Hunt logo right here. So that's a cool little find. Next, did pick up this, well, really just, you know, put it aside and, you know, add it to the collection, basically. The Ice Charger from Fast and Furious. I did have a semi-premium one out of that 10-pack. The Fast and Furious 10-pack. But got rid of the Ice Charger, actually. More or less regret, because it's not a casting collect. I mean, this one, you know, for the price of a mainline, kind of makes sense to add. Although I am, you know, kind of disappointed in the sense that there was a lot of little details on the semi-premium one that are not present on this one, unfortunately. So yeah, you know, it'll go well with the Grand Sport Corvette that came out a couple cases back. I think it was a B case, maybe. So yeah, just, you know, a couple F&F singles of cars that I didn't have in the collection of Fast and Furious. So really just, you know, to have them. Now, a new model that was released in this one, it's more or less new. It came out in premium first, but the DeLorean Alpha 5. I do like the look of this car. It's out of the green speed because obviously we are talking about an electric car. But the details are spot on. You know, just what we need. Front and rear. No craziness. You know, no emissions. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. It's a good looking concept car. I guess it's a concept car. I don't think this has it definitely hasn't come out. I don't know if there's actual plans for production or if it's been approved yet. But yeah, it's a nice looking car. Another electric car that is a new cast. Yeah, card's pretty bad on this one, honestly, but the Silverado EV RST definitely reminds me in its concept of the Chevy Avalanche. But yeah, electric four-door pickup truck. Kind of like the smaller box. The Y5s look great on this. This is the kind of casting where the Y5s really work, you know. On that Ice Charger, not so much, but on this one, it looks great. And I find that a lot of new Chevy castings do come out in this blue. I'm thinking namely of the C8 Corvette that came out. You know, Matchbox does this as well. First version of their Chevy Colorado was in blue as well. Their first Corvette C8 was blue as well. So Mattel does like the blue on first release Chevys, seemingly like the street stock Chevys of newer vintage. But yeah, happy to add this to the collection. It's pretty cool. I like it. I find it looks really good. Tampa work on the front, Tampa work on the back. Again, front and rear livery. You'll get me every time. And next one, even if it is not fully tampoed, obviously I had to pick it up. And this was definitely one I was looking forward to getting into the collection. The custom Pontiac Aztec. Again, Y5s. A lot of Y5s in this case. But again, works well on these more boxy type castings, the bigger type castings, as opposed to lower slung cars and whatnot. So no tampos in the back on this one, but obviously very easy to add. Wide body, slammed, with all the aero you could want on a Pontiac Aztec. And you've probably already seen this through other videos and reviews and whatnot. It's extremely hard to see, but in the back there's actually Walter White's hat and glasses. So yeah, the unfortunately through the bubble there, it's very near impossible to see. So, but they are there, and yeah, cool, very cool original casting out of the Hot Wheels modified. And I agree, this is modified, so that's great. Next, picked up a couple art cars. Got this one, the Chevy C10. Not super keen on those red tires, but I don't know, it works. I mean, the tan, the black, the red, with the red tires and black 5-spokes, it works. And I mean, this is a nice casting. I have a few variations of the C10 of this vintage from Hot Wheels and other brands. This one's particularly tubbed in the back. Yeah, you know, the keep driving livery is kind of cool. I like it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's a fun little variation, you know. It'll go with all the other weirder art cars and fantasy cars and whatnot there. So, and I did pick up also the 57 Chevy. Good old Bel Air. You can see that on the side there. 57 Bel Air. Yeah, I like the double white wall tires. Very cool. This is a casting I definitely love because it brings me back to the Hot Wheels I had as a kid, you know, in the 80s. And 80s and early 90s. These were really big. I remember them being on the little black wall tires and whatnot. There was really cool. I think I even had a color shifter one of these. Not the new one that I do have, but like one of the original ones, the all metal on metal and really cool ones. This one is cool because the livery's kind of like that 70s van that came out, I think, late last year. First in white, then exactly like this, and then in Zamac as well. So, yeah, I'll probably have to put those side by side, but I do believe the van that I got, though, it's the white version, not this version. But they're going to look cool together anyway, so it doesn't matter. Another new casting. And this is, I find it's well made. It's made in an interesting way. We have the little Vespa scooter, the Vespa 90 SS Super Sprint from 1966. We do have the new style motorcycle wheels right there. That's a win. We've got that spare that rests right between the rider's calves, basically. That looks pretty cool. You have a little bit of front tampo on there, which is great for the front details. A little bit on the side, the Hot Wheels logo. Not much going on in the rear, but I mean it's a classic scooter. I mean, when you think scooter, I mean Vespa should be one of the first things that come to mind, at least in my opinion. But yeah, it's very, very nice. Goes super well with the Fiat too. Not on the same scale, obviously, but that doesn't matter. It's all good. Okay, next one, another one we're gonna open up. Second color variation of this cool little Land Rover Series 2. Pretty sure I have the first color wave. Pretty sure. So, and this one's just so cool with the, I know Chuck from Flying Valiant / Diecast Media Network. This definitely should be on your shelf with your orange, red, orange, yellow striped cars. Definitely. But yeah, this is really cool. Front tampos. Are there front tampos? No, they're not. But there is that fully detailed surfboard, a well-detailed spare on the hood. You've got the drop-down windscreen. And that uber cool livery with the black off-road wheels. Very nice. Let's take a closer look. This is going to be fun to detail as well. Definitely going to be fun to detail. Really like that. Lots of little touches are going to be going on this one. And of course, right-hand drive. Gotta love that. Yep, and a lot of metal. A lot of metal. This is obviously all plastic there. Surfboard interior, the wheel, the windscreen and whatnot. But you have a metal base insert, metal body with the plastic insert around. I love that dual side exhaust. That is really cool. Most of these were turbo diesels. I have no idea why a turbo diesel, be it a 4 or a 6, would need a dual side exhaust. But hey, it's there. And let's not complain about it. All right. Now, this is the last piece we're going to be setting free. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the first variation of this, because this one just is much better in my opinion. Yeah, plus it has there's a slight little deformation in the corner of the bubble. But yeah, the Jeep J10 73, it's a little, almost as if it got either deformed or melted or something, but either way, it doesn't matter. So second variation of this, and that nice dark deep blue, same color pretty much as the Silverado EV that we checked out just before, but big K&N livery. Love that. Firm believer in the K&N products as well. Had multiple K&N filters and multiple cars that I've owned, so definitely, it's kind of like buy once and never have to think about your air filter again except for cleaning it. So, but yeah, I like the silver grille that goes with the interior, or would I say, maybe slightly metallic gray. You got all the, you got the push bar on the front. You've got the fog lights on the top. The mesh for the in lieu of side windows, and of course those really cool detailed tires that I really like. Now obviously they don't match in this case the orange beadlock off-road wheels that are on the car, but I mean, they're spares, so it doesn't really matter. A really cool kind of Baja truck with the reverse rake, slight reverse rake. Definitely cool. Definitely better than the first variation with a huge Hot Wheels logo slapped on the side. Although that orange metallic paint is definitely nice. Either way, that one we're going to crack open right away. Check it out. Out of the package. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite trucks so far for the year by Hot Wheels. Love the casting. I was just disappointed with the first livery, honestly. The big Hot Wheels livery. Seemingly, they listened. Look at that. The rear mounted radiator with the fans. X-brace on there. Very cool. Very cool. And no windscreen. Kind of like the Big Air Bel Air. Very cool. Wow. Yeah, it's even cooler out of the package and in hand. Definitely cool. Jeez. Okay, here we go. There's your base. 2022 casting. Yeah, so pretty new casting. There we go. So we're going to put these in the middle. Yeah, so we're going to go through the rest now. A few castings to go. Did find the Gulf liveried Shelby Daytona Coupe. Very cool. Yeah, I might actually crack this one open because I do have the anniversary Larry Wood collection one from I think 2019 or 2018 actually. 2018 was 50th of Hot Wheels, and it's like got kind of like the Carroll Shelby commemorative type of livery. Yeah, this one will crack open too. You know what? We'll crack it open too. That'll go with the Gulf collection. Yeah. Yeah. This one doesn't want to come out of the package. There you go. You will not resist. There we go. So definitely going to need some front and rear lights there, but what a great looking casting though. I mean, obviously the wheels are very big, and especially the rear ones are not very proportionate to the real car, but I mean, at the end of the day, very well executed. Definitely like it. It's an older cast. It must be getting up there in age. Yeah, 2006 copyright, eh? And has not been altered. Or at least I don't think so. Yeah, so a few details are going to be needed on this one, but looking at the card should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, we're going to be doing that eventually, that's for sure. All right, so we'll put this one here. There we go. All right, no, for real, I don't think we're going to be opening anything else there. Yeah, new casting again. This really cool Cadillac Project GTP hypercar. So I guess it's kind of like a Le Mans style prototype. Name's kind of confusing, honestly, but it's very cool. Nonetheless, you get the number 9 on the side. No tampo work in the rear, but you do have a little bit of gold detailing around the top, as well as the Cadillac logo on the front, but no lights. I mean, either way, it doesn't really matter. This one's staying on card, and I mean, it's a big casting because it fits very snug in that bubble. There's like no movement almost, except for maybe the rear being able to go up a little bit. But overall, it is not moving laterally, that's for sure. Again, those really cool exotic lace wheels in gold to go with that Huayra. Very, very cool. Definitely a good looking cast. I definitely like it. Next, did manage to find the little Miata MX-5 DNA first gen. Funny because I picked up not too long ago the one from Modern Classics. Now we've got this one. This is the only one of these Miatas I found on the pegs and in the dump bins combined. So definitely seems to be quite popular, as Miatas most of the time are. The livery on this one is pretty good. Still doesn't beat my favorite sunburst yellow version with the front and rear tampos done. This one, the front is not done, but they did do the rear. So I'm happy about that, because the front, I mean, you can see from the card, right? Literally 2 little dots of silver. And, well, you know, tiny Mazda logo maybe, but I don't think I'll be able to recreate that without actually, you know, getting a logo to put there. Either way, it doesn't really matter. That's staying on card anyways, so I got a couple, I think I got at least 2 loose Miatas, NA Miatas. So, oh yeah, and another one I could not pass on. There were a couple of, actually a couple of these. The police liveried FB RX-7 or SA22 RX-7. Based on the rear lights, I think this is an early one, so SA22 as opposed to the SA22C, which had revised rear lights that were longer on the rear. This one has the smaller ones. It's kind of hard to see because it's very washed out with the white and no tampos on the back there. No tampos on the front either, but I mean, you know, those are fairly easy to add. But I already have a loose casting of this and non-police livery, and my police liveried cars, especially Japanese ones, they're mostly staying on cards. So, but yeah, the gold retro 5 slots are a very good choice of wheel. Definitely like that. And you got the tiny Japanese nostalgic car logo on the front fender. I'm really happy that they're getting some play, these guys, because in the forum days they were big, and they kind of, you know, the forum dwindled, and you know, good thing they're JCCS, so they can actually have a presence there. So, but yeah, always firm supporters of old Japanese tin. So happy that they're keeping the enthusiasm and therefore the classic Japanese cars in North America alive, or playing their role to do so. All right, so I got this one because I love me my Chevy Love trucks. New variation color-wise in green. Yeah, I do have like the neon green one, so it's not my first green Chevy Love, but I mean, every time they come out with a new one of these, I'm going to be picking it up anyways. So I don't have all the variations, but I have quite a few, and it's literally one of my top 10 ever Hot Wheels casting. And I believe it's getting kind of old. What year is this? 2015. Yeah, 2015. So yeah, but yeah, usual. You know, usual stuff. Chrome interior lends itself to the exposed engine with the stacks, the V8, as well as the tubbed bed. Again, retro 5 slots, lots of retro 5 slots too, eh? And I love those wheels, so I ain't complaining. This is a really good wheel color casting combo. Again, the propped sunroof as well, which is a really cool touch. No rear, no front, but that's okay because, you know, it's all chrome anyways. And, you know, black base lends itself to the bumpers, so that's cool. And, yeah, very cool little truck based on actually an the Isuzu Faster. Yeah, kind of cool. And last of my mainline finds, and the one I'm most happy about, the 87 Audi Quattro. So basically the Audi Quattro came out in 1980, if I'm not mistaken. And this is not to be confused with the Audi Quattro Sport that was released in 2018. You know what? We'll actually grab one for comparison's sake. I have the race version. I do have the red one on short card, but we'll go with the race version. So Quattro Sport Quattro Sport is a short wheelbase rally homologation version for Group B. And the Quattro, like this, was actually more for Group A. So these came with 400 horsepower. Was it four? No, it was. I believe this was a 325 horsepower. And they went anywhere from 400 to 800 horsepower in race trim. Whereas this guy here has the same 2.2 liter 5-cylinder engine. But it was putting out more like, well, North American version was very, very restricted because of emissions. So we're probably talking about maybe 160 or something like that. It was more in the range of 200 horsepower in Europe. And that engine carried on all the way up to, you know, the RS2, the S6, the C4 generation. It also powered, what else? Well, S2, RS2. Yeah, well, basically, you know, a bunch of cars in the 90s as well, and almost made it to the 2000s. But it was replaced with the twin turbo V6, the 2.7 liter out of the S4 and RS4 and A6 and all road, and, you know, so on and so forth. Either way, this is basically an 87, so we're talking about one of the later models that went from the 10 valve to the 20 valve head. Of course, the Quattro system. This was pretty much the genesis of all-wheel drive being used in rally, and literally changed the face of the sport. But yeah, I mean, it's a great car. Tampa works awesome on the front, missing on the back, but I mean, you know, ain't too bad. And I'm kind of happy that the rings are on there, the Audi, the fading Audi rings, because that's really a, you know, a staple, you know, of staple. I don't want to say, it's just one of those styling cues that really, you know, automatically told you what you were looking at. And yeah, the front is really good. The front is really, really nice. So overall, very happy that I have this one and the Quattro Sport in red on a short card, because those will look super good together. And yeah, that was pretty much my whole haul. So that was my favorite one of my of this haul. And yeah, we got some new Lucy's too, so that's always a good thing. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, you know, hit that thumbs up. Let me know your feedback in the comments. Subscribe if you want to be advised of when I upload next. And I wish you all the best on your hunts. Stay safe. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.